start learning. I take this opportunity to welcome each and everyone and allow me say, good afternoon, my dear learners. Yeah, you're most welcome. We are ready to have our lesson at this time. For those ones who joined a bit earlier, that is so good. Thank you for always being the earliest birds in class. I take this honor to welcome my admin, Mr. Monomike, whom I'm working with to see that everything goes on well. We are so much delighted about this opportunity brought to you by Edify Uganda. Allow me call upon Ndase Elijah to lead us in the opening prayer. Elijah, I see your hand is up. May you please lead us in the opening prayer? Elijah.
Pray. Father Lord, bless us as we study. Bless us that we pass all the questions and that bless our teachers. Bless us as we go into today's lesson. In Jesus' name I've prayed. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Elijah. Could you be having a question?
What?
Do you have any other question?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, everything is well.
Yeah.
That's good. Did you join Google Classroom? Okay. All right. I know everything is fine with Elijah. I have friends whose hands are up. I would like to check on them before we start off. Let me start with Emily. Yes, Emily, your hand is up. Mlago Ian, I'm coming to you in case you have a question. If not, you can lower your hand. Yes, Emily.
Yes, please, teacher.
How are you?
I'm fine.
That is so good. Your hand has been up. Could you be having a question or any concern?
Sometimes P3 moves on, and when I don't know how it moves.
Sorry. You find yourself missing out some lessons simply because you don't get to know that it is time for class. So we keep moving on with our lessons when you are not aware, right?
Yes.
Oh, so sorry about that. But now, for how long have you been attending to our lessons?
All the days.
Okay, then are you in one of the WhatsApp groups for primary 3?
I don't know the WhatsApp group, even I don't have it.
Oh, sorry. That's why we have some lessons going on, and for you, you miss out. Now, we are going to share with you the link that you can use to join Google Classroom. Oh, sorry, to join WhatsApp group just now. You will have access to the timetable. Someone is calling me? All right. I was still making a point to help Emily. In the chat room, Emily, are you on?
Yes, I'm on.
Are you seeing where we have participants? We are so far 49. Then there is chat.
I know where is the shirt.
Get to the chat. We have the link. Yes, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, do you see that link which has been sent by Mr. Wamono Mike?
Yeah.
Tap on it. touch on it?
I've touched on it.
What are you seeing on your
I've
screen?
touched on it. Yes,
What are you seeing on your screen?
it has went in WhatsApp.
Then you join. I hope, let me just confirm if you have just joined. Otherwise, this is the only way to go. What's up? Your number ends with the 97 or it ends with the 47?
My number?
The one you use on WhatsApp. You may not be knowing. Are you using a smartphone?
I'm using a tablet.
Oh, right, still it can connect. Let me hope you are one of these people who have just joined. So other parents and learners, in case you are not yet on WhatsApp group, you need to join such that you don't experience the same with Emily, missing out some lessons. There we share with you the timetable and other communications are done there every time we feel we need to inform you about our program. So thank you so much, Emily, for raising up that concern. I hope I've been able to help even other parents out there. Let me check. I have 3 people here. Let me give you just 1 minute, everyone. Mulago Ian, I would like to hear from you. Mwonge Jade, or Jude, I'm coming. And then who? Yeah, only these 2. Then we start off. Okay, we have Blessed. Ian.
Teacher.
Mulago?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, I see your hand is up. Before I start to teach, do you have a question?
Yes. Could I pray for the end of the lesson?
Okay, end of the lesson. All right, there is no problem. Okay, thank you so much. Let me get to Mwonge Jude. Yes, Jude, may I hear from you?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, I see your hand is up.
Teacher,
Do you have a question? Yes, please.
when I went to the Google Classroom, I never saw the work of P4 English of today.
Which Google Classroom did you join? P4 or P3?
P4, both.
Both, okay. Now, for me, I'm concerned with the P3. I don't know regarding P4. So maybe the teacher has not yet uploaded the material. You may keep checking on it. Otherwise, you need to find out from the teacher. I think that is Mr. Otim. So you need to check with the teacher who is concerned with that subject. Thank you.
Okay.
Lastly, let me hear from Blessed. Then we start off. Yes, Blessed.
Teacher.
Yes, please.
Teacher.
Yes, please.
Can you submit?
What do you want to submit?
After the end of the work.
And I'm asking, what do you want to submit?
The work.
A work. Are you in Google Classroom? Did you join?
Yes.
Then you are going to submit this work using Google Classroom. It is already uploaded there, both the material, that is the lesson notes, together with the activity. So attempt all the questions, then you turn in. You are going to scan, all right?
Yes.
All right, thank you so much. I think, friends, these are enough for now. Time is going. Wherever it gets to 10 minutes, all right, from the onset, I feel I should move on with my lesson. So now for you whom I did not give the opportunity to talk to me, please, kindly, I request you, reach onto me via the chat room. type your message, type your question or your concern. I shall be attending to you as we keep learning. For those ones who have not yet joined the Google Classroom, the link is coming or is there. You need to check in the chat room. You will find the link. Those ones who are not yet on WhatsApp group, you need to join. You will find everything there, together with the website for Christian School Owners Association, where you will find all the links to joining different Google Classrooms together with the different WhatsApp groups. We have even there our digital library that is called e-library. It has a lot of study materials. You can use that link of the website of Christian School Owners Association Uganda to find all this. So dear learners, we need to start off. Allow me stop making the communication and then we move on. So this e-learning program is brought to you by Edify Uganda with the theme which says, every child deserves to learn and flourish. However much we are in a lockdown, we are able to learn. We are so grateful about this. Edify Uganda is doing this together with other partner organizations, where we have Christian School Owners Association Uganda, which has taken the lead to organize this program and make the mobilization. Finally, we have the ITAL, that is ICT Teachers Association of Uganda, which is implementing this program. Mr. Wamono Mike and I, Teacher Joel Maluma, we are glad to be ambassadors of these three organizations, and we are the ones at this time making sure that everything goes on successful. I'm glad to have you. We are in primary 3 and we are to learn English. My name is Teacher Joel Malma. Once again, for those ones who have just joined and you are seeing me for the first time, in this lesson for today, we are going to learn about water cycle, and it is comprehension. What do I mean by comprehension? Comprehension about the water cycle. Comprehension looks to be a big word for you, but you need to understand it. And I'm here to simplify, because the rest it is going to be you to do this. Comprehension, okay? You read about something, you think about it, you start now to describe it in your own understanding. Slowly by slowly, you tell us about it. So it is all about the use of the mind. You read and comprehend such that you understand it very well. So with this type of work, we have stories, we have dialogues, we have conversation, we have passages, and many more. Poem, talk about composition. All that is comprehension part of English. So we are to have a story about the water cycle, and it's what we are going to look at today. In case you need to talk to me, my numbers are down there on your screen. Actually, one which is on WhatsApp. You can write it down before I turn to the next page. My email is there in case you need to write to me. So after that, we shall be able to discuss a number of issues that are of concern to you about this program. Allow me to take you to corrections for activity of lesson 3 before I start off with something new, which is for today. Last time, we had a table where we were supposed to form correct answers to the questions which were given. And question number 1 was like, what do plants need to germinate? Then the answer is, plants need water to germinate. I think it was like that, or if not, to grow. I can't recall. because the questions are not here, but I believe this is the answer. Let's make corrections. Why are we supposed to make corrections? Some of you, I have Mumbele Ewat, blessed from Kasese. You did not write in full. Sorry to mention about your name before others, but I need you to understand the mistake which was there, such that you can correct it. Not only you, but even others. I've mentioned about you because you are my friend. I can't forget your name, okay, and what you did. So please let us have to write in full sentences. Number 2 says, babies need milk to grow. Number 3, animals need food to grow. These are answers to the questions which we had last time. Number 4, wet clothes need heat to dry. And lastly, number 5, seeds need heat to dry. So I give you 1 minute to make correction of that number which you failed. You did not fail all of them. Just correct that one, then we move on. Meanwhile, I need to remind you about reaching onto me via the chat room. Yes, you are encouraged to join Google Classroom because that's where only we share the notes and assignment from. But don't post work on WhatsApp group. This is a message which is in the chat room from our admin. Laban, you are asking for the number. Okay, all right, it will come to you anytime. The number will come. Let's move on. Finish quickly, correction, then we move on. Okay, everyone, my number is sent to you in the chat. You can reach onto me after the lesson via that number to help you. So with that, let's now move on. Let us write date for today as we start our lesson. Today is Monday, 27th September 2021. As I mentioned earlier, we need to look at the water cycle. But before we start looking at the water cycle, we need to take note of the keywords. We have keywords that we need to understand when talking about the water cycle. So what are they? Number 1, I begin with the word cycle. Cycle comes from, at times we know the word circle, something which is circular. So it means something keeps moving in a circular direction or in a rotation. It comes back from where it started from. So even water has its own cycle, which we are going to analyze in a story. Next is Gaba. Gaba is a village, is a place in Kampala here. Okay, after Zambia, Kabalagala, or Kansang, then we have Bunga, you reach Gaba, that side. I know it because I once stayed there. Gaba is a place. So when you find that word in a story, be in position to read it very well. Next, vapor. Vapor. Please pay attention, my dear learners. Let's first learn how to read these words. At times when we are teaching, some of you are there playing. One of the parents told me about this. Some of you are in the chat sending emojis. Please leave your gadget, look at the screen, let us learn together. I don't want you again to go and ask mommy or daddy who is not attending to this lesson that, mommy, what did the teacher say here? How do we read this word? Or what does vapor mean? This is what I'm doing. I'm teaching. So pay attention, don't play. Let us follow word by word. Now, when I talk about vapor, I need to give an example. Like if you are boiling water in a kettle, when it boils and reaches 100 degrees, steam comes out. That steam is similar to water vapor that comes from the lake or river when the sun hits water. Water gets hot and this vapor comes out. For it, we don't call it steam, but we call it vapor or water vapor. So it rises and form up clouds, as we shall see in the story. Next is sky. Sky, that is what you see up there, the one that is looking blue. Why is the sky blue? This is also a question that disturbs some of us, but the sky is blue simply because it gets the reflection of water. We know very well water covers the largest part of the world, and it is shaded with blue color. And even it is that blue that is reflected onto the sky. Next, we have Victoria. Victoria is a lake. In Uganda, we have Lake Victoria. And if I'm not mistaken, it might be the largest lake in Africa. All right. We are looking at these keywords just to learn how to read them and a few explanations. I have, lastly, evaporates. Evaporates, now I talk about vapor. When the vapor forms, they evaporate, they go up to the sky. So that process is the one I'm calling evaporates, but the exact word is evaporation. Then the verb is evaporate. Since it does it every time, we say evaporates. Are we together? Allow me to show you this. Now here, I'm talking about the water cycle in this picture. We have the sun, which is, no, allow me start with the clouds. We have these clouds here. So these clouds you are seeing where I have circled with red, they are the ones that give us rain. So here it is raining, as you can see the white substance in there. If this is large on your screen. So when it rains, what happens is that the rain or the water gets collected into the rivers and lakes, just like I'm talking about Lake Victoria. So here now we see water collected here. So this is now the collection center. Remember, it's from clouds. It has been raining, let us assume. So it is now back in the lakes and rivers. From there, we have the sun here. Are you seeing the sun? So this sun now hits directly into the lake or the river. And this water, which is in here, starts to evaporate. You can see the word evaporation. That is the process. So when evaporation takes place, water vapors begin rising, as you can see these arrows here, forming up clouds. Now you can see these white clouds, okay? So it forms clouds. Later, it is these clouds that condense, I mean the water vapors condense, forming up clouds, and after there, we get rain again. So this is a cycle. As you can see the arrows, the 4 arrows, showing that it is in a circular state. Now we're together. So now, this is what is in the story that we need to look at. Allow me to first delete off some of these, then we move to the story where I need to hear from you, reading and bringing in your submissions. So we may not write these keywords and we shall not draw. In case we are to write, maybe we shall write the story. So we get there. Now here, the instructions are saying to read the story below correctly. And the heading is here. We have the heading as the water cycle. We together, friends. That is the heading. Now, we need to move on with the story. Okay, so we have the first paragraph. Let me first read it. Then I get two of you, a boy and a girl, to read. Kato lives at Gaba in Kampala. There is a lake near his home. The name of the lake is Victoria. People in Gaba get a lot of rain. The sun hits the water in the lake. I bring another part. The water evaporates. It forms water vapors. The water vapor rises and forms clouds in the sky. The clouds cool, they become very cold, they form rain, which falls back into the lake. This is the story. Let me read it once again. As you listen carefully, then I shall get, I increase. I need 4. 2 boys, 2 girls. They are going to read the whole story. Let's read together such that we don't find hardship when it comes to your turn to read. I start. Kato lives at Gaba in Kampala. There is a lake near his home. The name of the lake is Victoria. People in Gaba get a lot of rain. The sun hits the water in the lake. The water evaporates. It forms water vapors. The water vapor rises and forms clouds in the sky. The clouds cool. They become very cold. They form rain, which falls back into the lake. There we are. That is our story. I would like to hear some of you reading for us. Let me give opportunity to my learners whose hands are up. I have, let me first check on me. I have Alpha Bagada. I don't know if this is a girl or a boy. Alpha, would you please read for us as Nashon gets prepared? Yes, go ahead and Alpha.
Yes.
Okay, please read for us.
Kato lives Gaba in Kampala. There is a lake near his home. The name of the lake is Victoria. People in Gaba get a lot of rain. The sun hits the water in the lake. The water evaporates. It forms water vapors. The water evaporates, rises, and forms
Clouds.
clouds in the sky. The clouds cool. They become very cold. They form rain, which falls back into the lake.
Oh, thank you so much, Alpha, for reading for us. I need to get another person here. Let me check with Nashon. Nashon, this is your first time. I'd like to hear from you reading for us.
Yes, teacher.
May you please read for us the story? Nashon, your time is going.
Cattle lives at Gaba in Kampala. There is a lake near his home. The name of the lake is Victoria. People in Gaba get a lot of rain. The rain hits the water in the lake. The water evaporates. It forms water vapors. The water vapors
The water vaporizes and forms clouds. Go ahead and read.
the water
Water vapor
rises and forms clouds in the sky. The clouds cool. They become very cold. They form rain, which falls back into the lake.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for reading. Friends, I request when reading, let's first make practice before I select you. Let me hope some of you that I'm going to select have made some practice to read. Make sure these keywords which we looked at, you are familiar with them. They shouldn't disturb you. Then read faster. Read it very well, not letter by letter or word by word, but read a sentence. For example, say, Kato lives at Gaba in Kampala. So we have the full stop there, right? Then, like that, let me hear from Nakajuvi Sherry. Let me hear from Sherry. It's Nakajuvi.
Yes, teacher.
I would like to hear you reading for us. Read it properly.
Yes, teacher.
The water cycle. Cattle lives at Gaba in Kampala. There is a lake near his home. The name of the lake is Victoria. People in Gaba get a lot of rain. The sun hits the water in the lake. The water evaporates. It forms water vapors. The water vaporizes and forms clouds in the sky. The clouds cool. They become very cold. They form rain which falls back into the lake.
Okay, thank you so much. This is so good. I wish everyone reads like that. Thank you so much, Nakajuvi Sherry. Let me have Laban Lumala to read for us. I'm trying to look for voice. Let me check. Laban. Okay, let me get back here. Laban Lumala is going to read for us as Namale Precious gets ready. Yes, Laban? Laban, you are unmuted. When you start reading, we hear you. Read the title of the story, then you start off. Oh, Laban, I can't hear from you. Okay, let's hear from Namale Precious as Ebo and Duna gets ready. Yes, Precious. Precious? Okay, let's hear from Mlunji Martha. Mlunji.
Yes, teacher.
May you please read for us the story?
The water cycle. Kapa lives at Gaba in Kampala. There is a lake near his home. The name of the lake is Victoria. People in Gaba get a lot of rain. The sun hits the water in the lake. The water evaporates. It forms water vapors. The water vaporizes, rises and forms clouds in the sky. The clouds cool, they become very cold, they form rain which falls back into the lake.
Thank you so much. This is so good. Thank you, Martha. Let me check on Ebo and Duna. These are two people in one place. I'd like to hear from both of you. May you please read together?
Yes, teacher. Yes, teacher.
Yes, I would
The
like.
water,
Okay, go ahead and read.
the water cycle. Kato lives at Gaba in Kampala. There is a lake near his home. The name of the lake is Victoria. People in Gaba get a lot of rain. The sun hits the water in the lake. The water evaporates. It forms water vapors. The water vaporizes and form clouds in the sky. The clouds cool. They become very cold. They form rain which falls back into the lake.
Oh, thank you so much. This is so great. Thank you. I clap for you. You've read very well. Now, I need to get another couple, another pair. Let's hear from Bavirie, Kato, and Angel. These are three people. They are going to read together. Are we set? Bavirie, Kato, and Angel? Yes, I would like to hear you reading, just like these two have done. Thank you so much, Duna, with your friend, Bavirie, Kato, and Angel. I would like to hear from you reading. Hey, what's happening? Are you running away? Oh, Nangi, I can't see you again. I wanted to hear a group of learners reading together. What's happening? What's happening? But Nangi, the hands are down now. Okay. All right. Then there is Pastor here. I've been seeing Pastor. I'd like to hear from Pastor Ashery Biencha Amot. May you please read for us? Your hand is now down, but I would like to hear from you. Yes, please. Hello, I hear you when you speak.
Yes, teacher.
Yes. What is your name?
My name is Noel.
Noel. Okay.
Yeah.
Now here the device is showing me Pastor Ashil Biencha Amot. Okay. Yes.
Can you add your volume?
Okay, now I would like you to read for us, and you are the last person to read. Then we look at questions about this story.
But I came late.
You came late. Oh, sorry. Sorry for coming late. We always start at exactly 2. So you need to join at around 1:40 when we have 20 minutes to the start of the lesson. But now, yes, no way. We have the story here. How do you see, since you have come late, you read for us the story?
But I'm not in P3.
Hey. You are not in P3. Which class are you?
I'm in P1.
Oh, sorry. You are in P1. Indeed.
Yeah.
This is too much for you. Okay, thank you so much for joining our lesson. Let me give this opportunity to one more person only. One more person. Who is this person? Osire Eliza Ajokis. Wow. Yes, Osire. May you please unmute and read for us? You are the last person.
So I want to pay for.
Kato lives at Gaba in Kampala. There is a lake near his home. The name of the lake is Victoria. People in Gaba get a lot of rain. The sun hits the water in the lake. The water evaporates. It forms water vapors. The water vapors rise and form clouds in the sky. The clouds cool, they become very cold. They form rain, which falls back into the lake.
Thank you so much. This is so good. Friends, what we have been doing is to read the story several times. Even you, before you start answering, make sure you read it at least 3 times or even more. It depends upon the time you have. If you're in an exam, don't read several times, but at least read like 2 or 3, such that you get to understand the story very well. I guess now you have seen even a difference. I guess now you can read it very well without disturbance, because all words which are in the story are familiar to you. Now, For my friends whom I have not given the opportunity to read, you are going to help us answer questions about this story. So we have questions here, which is going to be our activity. I know you haven't written the story, but it is already uploaded on the Google Classroom. So now here, let's just go through it. Then you get back to Google Classroom. You will find the story, download, write it in the book, then you answer the questions. That is if you need the story. Otherwise, if you don't need it, let's just get the questions in the book and answer them. So question number 1 says, okay, let's first look at the instructions. Form correct answers to the questions below. Number 1 says, where does Kato live? Where does Kato live? Kimberly is going to tell us, where does Kato live? Yes, Kimberly. Where does Kato live? Oh, I can't hear from Kimberly. May you please
Kato lives in Kampala.
Really?
Kato lives in Kampala.
Okay, thank you, but that is not the correct answer. Let me check with Morris of Lisa Gideon. According to the story, where does Kato live?
Yes, teacher.
The question is, where does Kato live?
Quiet.
Yes.
Yes.
Where does Kato live?
What is the answer?
Kato lives in Gaba in Kampala.
Correct. Thank you so much. Friends, have you heard the answer? Kato lives at Gaba in Kampala. Or you may say in Gaba. There's no problem. Both are correct. Martina Pretty is going to answer number 2. Number 2 says, which lake is near Kato's home? Martina Pretty is going to answer for us this question. Which lake is near Kato's home?
The lake that is near Kato's home is Lake Victoria.
Very good. Lake Victoria is near Kato's home. Thank you so much. I have Jackson and Nambi. Jackson and Nambi are going to help us to answer the next question. Number 3. Are we there? Number 3 says, why does the water evaporate? Why does the water evaporate? Who is answering? Jackson? Jackson. Okay. Nambi. Nambi, are you there? Please.
Yes, teacher.
We have number 3. The question says, why does water evaporate? Or in simple terms, what causes this water to evaporate? The answer is around there. Tell us. One of you. Mr. Mike, I've seen your hand. I'm working upon you. Yeah, I've got to know the problem. It's done now. Jackson, one of you, please talk to me. This is your first time. Is the question big? Okay, before we answer that one, let's look at number 5, number 4. Number 3, I will give it to Kalunji Daffin. Number 4. What does water vapor form? Who can answer this? Jackson or Nan?
Yes, teacher.
Who It seems you are not getting my question. Sorry, I'm muting you. I get to Kalunji. Kalunji Daphne, are you there? We have number 3. Number 3, what is the answer to number 3? Mr. Mike, I can't mute Jackson and Nambi. Help me over there. And I'm trying to unmute Kalonji, but seems I've also lost the controls. Back to you. Mr. Mike, seems I've
Yes, I'm
lost.
on.
Okay. All right. I'm also still having some controls, but I wonder my learners.
On which gadget are you using the control?
I'm using the PC. It's still co-host. I think
sometimes it is the network.
Oh yeah, I think it's fine. Who is this one I'm talking to?
Kalunji Daphne.
Yes, Kalunji Daphne. Okay, we have number 3 here. It looks challenging. Why does the water evaporate? What can you say about this? Kalunji. Why do you think water evaporates? What causes that?
Because of the heat.
Very good. You are correct. The sun heats water. Or you can say because of the heat from the sun. Very simple like that. What causes this water to evaporate is the heat from the sun, or it is the sun that heats the water. Okay, the answer rotates there. That is what causes water to evaporate. Messiah Nathan is going to tell us what does water vapor form, and then Marty is going to tell us where does the water flow back. So let me get to Mosiah. Okay. Where is he? Mosiah. I'm not seeing you in my list. Okay, I've seen you. You're back here. Yes. May you tell us? Nathan. What does water vapor form according to our story? Nathan, it's your turn, your opportunity. Hey, I can't hear from you. Okay, Nancy wants to help you. Shiham, tell us, what does water vapor form? Shiham, have I lost controls? What's happening? I can't see you unmuting. Oh. Let me check. Katis, Aida. Katis, are you able to unmute? Someone to speak to me?
You want to talk to whom?
Let me talk to Katis. Katis Espo Aida.
Okay, let me look for her.
Yeah.
She can try to unmute.
Katis, may you please unmute and tell us, what does water vapor form?
Okay, I've observed that some of them raise up their hands and then at the end of the day, they can't, accept it to unmute.
Yeah, true. And it seems that they find a question when they can't answer, so they just ignore, I think. Let me try to get to those ones I know. Let me check. Oh, okay. Namwanje Desire. Namwanje, we have number 4 and 5. Are you able to answer any of them? Namwanje? Friends, be writing the questions as we answer them, though answering them becoming a challenge. Miss Katis, you are unmuted. We have number 4, which says, what does water vapor form? How do we answer this question? Wow. Theophil Ankwasa. Theophil. Friends, I believe you are writing the questions. We are soon ending our lesson in the next 4 minutes. So we've been trying to look at the questions, and since I'm not getting people to give me the correct answers to the last 2, that is number 4 and number 5, I'm going to leave them unanswered for you to try. Then I shall receive your work on Google Classroom. Thank you so much for those ones that have managed to go through. Congratulations. For those ones that I have not given the opportunity, I'm so sorry. Next time I shall consider you. Others have tried, but we can't get connected to one another. So write the questions quickly, and then we move on. Yeah. Mr. Mike, make that second account of mine have some co-host rights, and I try to use that one to see if it works well. My PC can't lower their hands.
Okay,
So
can you try to raise up your hand?
it's already up. I did not
to make it a
rename.
co-host.
It's just Joel Malma.
Put the hand up.
It's up. I can't
Okay, I've
rename
seen.
it. Put teacher.
I've seen.
All right. Okay. Friends, be writing the activity as we move on. It's done. Thank you so much, Mr. Mike.
Fine now.
Yeah. Let me first rename it. So friends, we are finishing in the next 4 minutes. In the next 4 minutes, we shall finish the work. Okay. I'll be talking to parents like to. Don't raise up your hand. I'm putting down your hands. I'm putting down your hands. No hand should be up. I would like to talk to only parents. Only parents. Oh, the hands are becoming too many. Please, I need only parents to talk to me, and I need only 2. Let me talk to the parent of Namwanje Desire, Daisy, then the parent of Martina, Pretty. So Namwanje, may I hear from you? Namwanje Desire, I need a parent, and if the parent has not asked you to raise the hand up, please leave your hand down. Yes, hello. Okay, let me get to Martina Pretty. I hope this is a parent.
Sure. Yes, teacher.
Yes, Pretty. Who wants to talk to me?
Yes, teacher.
Who wants to talk to me?
My sister.
Where is she? Let her talk to me.
Okay.
Tony, be
Hello.
getting ready, the parent of Tony. Yes, sister to Pretty. May I hear your concern?
She's here.
I guess there is no concern here. Let me get to Tony. Yes, Tony, the parent of Tony. Tony. Oh.
Number what?
No, I need a parent in case you have a question. Kagan's Annabelle. Let me hear from the parent of Kagan's Annabelle. We have just 1 minute to go. We have the closing prayer.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, I see the hand is up. Would you like to talk to me? Do you have any concern?
Yes. How do you get the work? She was asking how to get the work. The homework. The homework.
Okay. All right. The work is already uploaded on Google Classroom. So
Yes.
I request if you are already on Google Classroom, this
Yes.
work is uploaded and even turning in can be done from there.
Thank you, teacher.
You are most welcome. Okay, friends, we have come to the end of the lesson. We are going to have the closing prayer led by K. Mavis. K. Mavis. But before I allow him to unmute, I want to tell you that this lesson was made possible with funding from Edify Uganda. Edify Uganda is the one that is bringing to us this program. It is organized by Christian School Owners Association of Uganda and implemented by the ICT Teachers Association. In case you need to know more about these organizations, you can take a screenshot of this page, then use that website which is there to read more about these organizations. Thank you so much for everything. I now get back to Kay to lead us in the closing prayer. Mavis?
Let's pray. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you, God, for this day. Thank you, God, for our teachers. May you pray for our teachers. May you guide them. May you pray for our friends. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much for leading us in the closing